It's time for the definitive leather case review for iPhone 16. I've tried over a dozen leather cases and I've been waiting several months for some brands like Satchel Page and Keyway, and now I have them all in hand. Now in my first video, I covered brands like Nomad, Bullstrap, Ryan London, and I'm going to mention some of those in this one. But if you want to hear more details about those cases, I'll link that video above and down in the description. But these are the brands I'll be covering in this video. And right off the bat, I'm going to let you know, no leather case has a camera control button on the button. And by the way, I have some special shout outs to give at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. So up first is the Satchel Page leather case. I've been eagerly anticipating this one because there's a lot of hype. Satchel Page makes a bunch of leather products and I have some of those other accessories, but this is my first phone case from them. Now immediately taking this out of the box, it 100% passes the sniff test. This is going to come up again, but I talked about the Ryan London quality of leather in my last video, and just opening the package, just aroma of leather. Smells great. And I have to say, Satchel Page leather might actually rival it as an even higher quality. On their website, they say it is finished in Italy, certified by genuine Italian vegetable tan leather consortium. And just a reminder, vegetable tanned leather does not mean vegan leather. All these cases are real bovine leather. They have several colors. This is kind of a greenish leather, has a leather wrapped camera ring, metal buttons here for the sleep wake button, action and volume. The Satchel Page has an open bottom, which some people prefer. And so you know the other options, some leather cases have a metal camera ring like this, and some have it leather wrapped like the Satchel Page. That's just according to preference. But when I put this phone in the case, while the leather still feels great, it has one fatal flaw. For some reason, the camera control button, not only is it a cutout, but it feels off-center. It seems like it is not precisely machined, and honestly, this would bother me. Now it's funny because on their website, Satchel Page doesn't even show the camera control cutout in the pictures. So it seems like they might be using some of the iPhone 15 picture cases for the iPhone 16. And maybe I got a lemon, but I mean, this thing is definitely off. Just to compare, I'm going to throw it in the Ryan London case real quick so we can see. And that is definitely what the camera control button should look like. You can see it is not exactly perfect in the middle, but is definitely better than the Satchel Page. Once again, back to the Satchel Page, you can see that camera control button's right up against the lip. Now, all of these leather cases have cutouts, some smaller, some larger. And luckily, I basically never use the camera control button, so it doesn't bother me. But if you use this often, these smaller cutouts I think are less ideal than the larger cutouts I'll show you in a second. So while it's great quality leather, and if you like an open bottom, this is a good choice. It does come in at about $80. This is here in the US. So this is one of the more expensive leathers, and that camera control cutout is a little concerning. So we'll see if this makes the top 3 in a minute. Next up, this was one of my favorites from the iPhone 15, and this is the Keyway leather case. It is a full grain leather, metal buttons, metal black camera ring, and the Keyway X here on the back. Now, a lot of these leather cases, it's kind of like, what logo do you like on the bottom? You got Satchel Page's logo, you got the Keyway X, Ryan London puts the little circle on the side, and Bullstrap has the bull. Now, last year, the Keyway leather case stayed on my iPhone a good amount of the time. I liked how it felt, the buttons feel good, I like the metal camera ring, but most of all, I just kind of like the X on the back. It makes it a little different, sets it apart from some of the other leather cases. Very small camera control cutout once again. This is very similar to the Ryan London, but I will say, even though this is good quality leather, feels nice, smells leathery, it doesn't feel as good as the Ryan London or the Satchel Page. Just to kind of give a real close side-by-side, here's the Satchel Page on top, the Ryan London in the middle, and then the Keyway here on the right. And you can see they all have a texture and a nice grain, but the Keyway doesn't feel as nice as the Ryan London or the Satchel Page. Last year's case I think felt a little different, so that does feel like a slight change. Otherwise, the cutout on the bottom, pretty spacious for that USB-C port. It is a closed bottom, so if you prefer that, this is a good one to go with. And the Keyway is one of the more inexpensive leather cases. It's $55 for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. These are actually designed in Canada. And as you can see, it is full grain leather wraparound protection. Now, some of these cases do require you to break it in. So the more you have it on your phone, the more you use it, the nicer it's going to feel. Plus, it's going to develop that patina. And last year, my Keyway case definitely looked cool with that patina after several months. So this is a solid option, especially if you like the little X, but if you're looking for the highest quality leather, I don't know if Keyway has it this year. Another case that's changed from last year is the Decoded leather case. Now last year, I loved the Decoded leather case. I liked the metal camera ring, silver metal buttons everywhere. I liked the gray color that I got, but this year Decoded changed the design. So now on the camera ring, they actually have the Decoded logo here, and now it kind of bumps out a little bit. When it comes to the leather feel, it still feels good. It's a nice quality leather. Camera control button, pretty precise. Again, I think a larger cutout is better, but at least it's lined up. Metal buttons that are color matched to the Decoded case, but I'm just not crazy about this camera ring and the large Decoded logo right here. It feels good. USB-C cutout is good here on the bottom. Also, I don't typically talk about MagSafe for each of these cases, but just so you know, MagSafe on all of these cases works really well, whether it's in the car or you're using a MagSafe battery pack. This is still my favorite, the Anker Qi 2 15 watts of charging, 10,000 milliamp, ultra slim. Links to this and all the cases are down in the description, but MagSafe works great for all of them. Now the Decoded, at least while I'm covering it right now, is on a massive sale, $24 for this leather case. So if you can stand the camera ring and the logo, maybe it pays to go with this one. It's usually $54, which is still one of the more reasonably priced leather cases. It is a premium full grain leather like it says here on the website, and it comes in multiple colors. The one I'm showing right here in the video is this navy blue color. Again, looks good, nice quality leather. I'm just not crazy about the new camera ring design this year. The old one, which you can watch my iPhone 15 leather videos for that one, I just loved it and I used it a lot. All right, next up is Bellroy. Bellroy makes great leather products. I have some of their wallets and cases from last year. This is their newer leather case, has their signature Bellroy orange inside, metal buttons everywhere, leather wrapped camera ring. Although it feels more plasticky than it does leathery, even though it is wrapped, I think. It's a decent case. The camera control cutout is well done, lined up properly. Again, pretty small cutout there. It does have the Bellroy logo here at the bottom, but pretty discreet camera ring. It's fine, I guess. It does not feel like the highest quality leather. All the other cases I've talked about up till now feel better than this. But they also have multiple versions of their cases, including ones with like a wallet built in. This one right here is $59. You can get it in multiple colors. They say they use leathers sourced from gold-rated leather working group tanneries. I don't know what that means. It sounds fancy. I just don't think it feels as good as some of the other leather cases. All right, I want to throw one wild card in here. These are cases from Luriax. These are actually Alcantara. This is not leather. This is like a wool material. I talked about Alcantara in my iPhone 15 leather case reviews because it feels like a premium material. And I mean, look at this packaging. It's real nice. But they sent me multiple colors. This is just like a luxury wool type feel. Now, I'll be honest, living in Florida, this kind of material is probably not for me. Also, camera control cutout, a little suspicious, kind of like the Satchel Page. Checking the different colors, they're all kind of misaligned like that a little bit. I mean, it feels cool. If you're in like a cold environment, hey, anybody watching in Canada, let me know in the comments. This might be a nice feeling case to have, but down in Florida, I'm just not sure. The Luriax cases do come in a variety of colors. They're about $53. You can also personalize it if you like, which is cool. You can also do that with the Ryan London leather case, but it's pretty different if you're into that kind of thing. Now, real quick before I get to my top three, Andar leather cases are still one of my favorites. They have the larger cutout for camera control, and I still think of these leather case options, that's one of the better if you're looking for access and you're using this a lot. Especially doing the swiping, changing the tone, or changing the camera focus, which is now a thing in the newer versions of iOS. I like the larger cutout. I like the metal camera ring, the metal buttons. This is also technically T. He's another great YouTube creator. His custom color, and I do love this blue. So Andar is definitely up there, and it has a nice feeling leather, definitely one of the higher quality ones. Plus the Andar comes in lots of colors if you wanted to get like a bright red or this blue, and it's $59 even for the Pro Max size. Also, I'm still upset at Grams28, which I saw their Instagram ads for years, finally bought their case, and I love the look of this back. I like the little numbers here at the bottom, but they have plastic sides. And this just makes me upset because this would be awesome as a full leather case all the way around the phone. But yeah, that's Grams28. And of course, here's the coveted Ryan London, who won all my leather case review videos last year. Still fits great, precise camera control cutout, one of the best feeling and best smelling leathers. And finally, while it's not a case, I've actually been going to this Nomad leather back pretty often. It just magnetically attaches to your phone, plus it has some sticky pads to it. And it's obviously not a full case, it just covers the back. But I really like these kind of just back covers. I did a whole video on these. I'll link it above and down in the video description. And I've been using this one more and more. This is from Suti, and it's kind of this gray kind of felt material on the back. I really like this like camera cutout here, this camera ring that's right on the lip of each camera lens. And this one's a little more precisely aligned to the back of the phone. I've just been really liking these backs. Almost camouflages in with my background. All right, so what are the top 3 leather cases for the iPhone 16 this year? Keep in mind, I'm also considering the Bullstrap, which I reviewed in my last video, but honestly, being one of the most expensive cases, now it's on sale right now for $71, but typically it's $90. It does come with like a lifetime warranty, but I just don't find the Bullstrap to be worth it when Ryan London is out here cheaper, and even the Keyway with similar quality leathers, so the Bullstrap doesn't make the top 3. And the only leather case I haven't tried personally, I couldn't get it in time, is the traditional leather case from Nomad. I did review their modern leather case in the last video. The main difference is the modern leather has this plastic on the sides, but it still has similar buttons as the traditional leather case. It kind of has these ribbed options. There's a cutout for camera control. On this one, there's actually like a little divot, which is nice. On the traditional leather case, it looks very similar to the Andar cutout, where it has kind of that larger cutout, better access to camera control, has the black metal camera ring, and the black metal buttons for action and volume as well. Now, I fully expected this Satchel Page to make the top 3. It is probably the highest quality, best smelling, one of the best feeling leathers you can get. But with that camera control cutout being so off, and also this is the smaller cutout, not the larger one, I don't think I can put this in my top 3. If you're looking for an open bottom case with high quality leather, there are better options out there like from Ryan London, Bullstrap, and others. So even though I waited multiple months for this one, it's not making the top 3. So in third place, I'm gonna give it to Andar. Andar has great quality leather. I like their metal buttons, the metal camera ring. It has the larger cutout like the traditional leather case on the Nomad. It is one of the more affordable cases at $59, and it comes in a wide variety of colors. A lot of leather cases like the ones from Nomad, you get 3, like brown, brown, and black. So for its price, its quality leather design, the metal buttons, and the camera ring, Andar takes third place. For second place, with good quality leather, nice design, and I like the little X, I'm gonna give it to Keyway. I love their leather case last year. I like this design, the metal camera ring, the camera control button. It has a precision cutout. Overall, this is a solid leather case, and again, is one of the most affordable at $55. This also comes in several colors. They do have a slate color and an olive color. Plus, Keyway has like a bunch of cool designs if you just want to go crazy and get something like this. So for my personal preference, quality leather, design, Keyway gets second place. And finally, if you're looking for the best leather case you can get right now, I'm going to give it to Ryan London once again. While I do wish all these case makers would put a camera control button on the button, or at least make a larger cutout, quality of leather from Ryan London is still pretty much unmatched. Except for Satchel Page, but they screwed up the camera button. So Ryan London, still the top case for quality leather. The metal buttons feel great. No branding on the back, just the discreet little R there on the side. And feel-wise, smell-wise, this is just one of the best leather cases you can get for iPhone. Ryan London does have several colors of their cases and several designs. You can get it with the metal camera ring, or you can get it with the leather wrapped ring. The ones with the leather wrapped ring also has an open bottom, so you can get it both as a shell case, closed bottom, or an open bottom, all from Ryan London. And you can also get personalization if you want to put your initials on the back of your case. They're also on sale right now for $59. Now there's only one case that I make affiliate revenue, which is the Andar. So all of these are just, if you want them, the links are down there. If you want the best leather case, Ryan London, maybe you luck out with a good Satchel Page and the camera ring is cut properly. But I would say for the second year in a row, Ryan London wins the best leather case for iPhone. Remember, if you want to watch my previous leather case video for iPhone 16, where I talk more in depth about some of the other brands, you could check that out above. And I need to give some shout outs. I recently went to a local school and did the Great American Teach-In, and there's people like police officers and nurses in there, and so I went there as a YouTube creator, and I talked to elementary, middle, and high school age about what it takes to create YouTube videos. So I promised a bunch of students I would give them a shout out in a video, so they're probably watching it now. But thanks to Claire, Jason, Marilyn, Angelo, Jaylani, Rihanna, Valerie, Sebastian, Caitlin, Jalen, Carter, Isabella, Julia, Catalina, Aubriana, Jazzio, Gunnar, and Kennedy. So shout outs to those students. That was a lot of fun coming and telling you a little bit about my work. So if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. If you have any questions on these leather cases, or if I somehow missed a brand still with 2 videos in, let me know down in the comments and we can do yet another leather case roundup pretty soon. Also, if you want to learn about some of my favorite iPhone 16 accessories, Black Friday sales are going on as you're watching this. Check this video out right up here for my favorite iPhone 16 accessories. And if you want to learn more about the software features like Apple Intelligence, especially that are coming out in iOS 18.2, I did a whole video on that right up here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.